poems included in your curriculum of grade 10 for this session, and if any of the deduction or any modification is there in your syllabus, will be updated to you. So for that, stay connected. So let us see. The first poem is Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost. This is a beautiful short poem, and this poem tells that even a simple moment has a large significance. The poet has mentioned crow and hemlock tree in the poem, and crow signifies his depressive and sorrowful mood, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. So we'll see what comparison and whatever message Robert Frost wants to give. We'll see in the poem line by line. In the further modules, we'll be discussing all the stories as well as the poems also separately, individually. Let us see. Our second poem is Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. Again, the poet is Robert Frost, and again it is a short poem. And in this poem, the poet refers to two predictions of how the world will get end. Some say it will end in fire, and others say that it will end in ice. So according to the poet, fire stands for desire, greed, avarice or lust. You have third poem, that is A Tiger in the Zoo. This is written by Leslie Norris. And this poem is about a tiger that is very beautiful and is walking in his little cage. He is having beautiful strips on his skin and has velvet-like soft paws. But he is not happy and is quite angry in the cage. The poet says that the tiger may try to hide behind the long grass, but here he is not able to do so. The next poem is How to Tell Wild Animals, written by Carolyn Wells. It is a humorous poem, and the poet suggests some dangerous ways of identifying wild animals. The suggested ways create humor. He says if you ever visit the jungles in the east and you happen to encounter a lion, a tiger or a leopard, you will be able to identify them by the way they attack upon you. The next poem fifth, is The Ball Poem, written by John Merriman. This poem is about losing something which we love and then learning to grow up. It is about a little boy who is in his young life. For the first time, he is learning what it is like to experience grief after the loss of a much beloved possession, which is here his ball. Next poem 6 is Amanda, and the poet is Robin Klein. Here the poem Amanda is about a small child whose parents are forever nagging her about what to do and what not to do, and this frequent interference makes her very unhappy. It seems as if she is not free to do anything that she wants to do. She wants freedom from all the restrictions. So these all poems are very interesting. We'll see. Okay, so for that, stay connected and keep learning, keep enjoying. So poem 7 is Animals, and the poet is Walt Whitman. The poem Animals is from his work Song of Myself in the Leaves of Grass. In this poem, the poet Walt Whitman admires animals for being better than human beings, right? And the poet wishes to live with animals and to experience a life where no one complains and where everyone is free of sins and sorrows. Okay? The next poem is The Trees, and the poet is Adrienne Rich. So here the poem The Trees is the voice with a body engaged in the activities and sensing intuitions that are not organic to the conventions of a natural poem. So this is actually an unnatural poem that narrates the struggle of a population of trees to escape the confined surroundings of a greenhouse. Okay. The next poem is Fog. The poet is Carl Sandburg. And here the poem Fog, this is actually depicting that the nature is alive. The poet compares the moment of fog with that of cat. Okay, according to the poet, the fog comes silently like cat on its little feet without making any noise. And after coming, it sits looking over the city as well as dog and does not make any movement. The next poem is The Tale of Custard the Dragon, Ojanach. This poem is a fantasy in verse about Belinda, who lives alone in her house with her 4 pets. These are a little kitten ink, a grey colored mouse blink, a little yellow colored dog mustard, and a dragon custard. All the people of the house pride themselves on their fearlessness and bravery. And the next poem is for Annie Gregory, and the poet is William Butler Yeats. The poem for Annie Gregory by W.B. Yeats is a poem of 18 lines, and in this poem, the poet addresses to young Gregory and tells her that her hair is of the same color as honey, and when it falls, the poet begins to think her beauty is spellbound. Her hair is so beautiful that every man falls in love with her.
With some further relevant and important information concerned to your curriculum. We'll see you in the next module. So till then, stay connected. Take care.